What is up, everybody? This is Panamaster322. I'm here again. Um, we're what we're doing today, ladies and gents, is we're doing some more Ghosts of Saltmarsh preparation, and I believe that this will be a great time. So, today, oh, that was me. That was my stream that I just pulled up. So we're gonna be looking at the deities of Ghosts of Saltmarsh here, which is quite a lot. Right? Quite a lot of deities. We got. Let's bring up some Ghosts of Saltmarsh here. So, if you're one of my players, you need to get lost and not be on my stream. But if you're not one of my players, welcome back. If you're, I guess this could be fine after many sessions. Then my players can come back and watch these later and be like, what was he thinking? All of that gobbledygook. So this is the, sorry for all the ads, oh my gosh. This is the 5e Tools Ghosts of Saltmarsh. I own the book, so I just use this as a digital tool. It lets me control F and all of that, and it's kind of nice. So basically we've got all of these gods here, and I want to flesh them out. I want to give them personalities. I want to give them several aspects that they look like. I want to give them all holy symbols, because that's a big thing in D&D. And I also want to figure out why I put them here. This is my list from my Ghosts of Saltmarsh. I gave my group a character prepping sheet so that they could prep their characters, and that's this list. So we'll pull it up. These are all the deities on that list, so maybe it needs some updated. And there's a key here. There's some reasons, so I'll do that. Let's see if that, some of it kept, some of it did not. Let's do this. Delete. Control V. So the bold stays, but not the text color. That's kind of really annoying, actually. But these are all the deities, and these are what they represent, and this is very generic. But I want to include these, right? So like Atroa. Is Atroa in here? No. But why did I include Atroa? Because of spring, and I think I have one for each of the seasons, right? Is there a summer? Do I have summer? Yeah, summer, and then do I have winter? No, maybe I should include a winter deity, right? Do I have autumn? No. So I have two: spring, east wind, you know. Where's the summer one? Who is summer? Hobbit High. So the bold means they're in the text. Italics means they've got story beats, and then underlined is Candlekeep, and then red is Demon Lords. So there's only two. Really, that's not kind of true, because there's other ones here. So all of these should have a place in my D&D world, and there's also some other gods that I didn't include in that list that I want to flesh out. So let's start with our list here. First we got Atroa. Let's pull up the Atroa over here. So this is Atroa. She's the goddess of spring, east wind, and renewal. Her holy symbol is a heart with an air glyph within. or a Kara tree full of red fruit. So do we have an image for that? Like, what does this mean? Kara trees are rough-barked plants. So let's see if we can find a Troa holy symbol images. Oh, there is a good one actually here. That that I actually like. There's a couple good ones, so we can pull this over here. So we've got this one here that's actually really good, and then this one is fantastic. I actually really enjoy that, or this one, where it's like the red fruit in the tree. So we've got some really good ones here. I don't know about this one. I don't know what that rune means. That's a little spooky. This feels more like the wind rune that they're talking about. It's an air glyph. So a Troa appears as a fresh-faced blonde lady with an eagle on her shoulder. And she has a sling, and she's good with it, I guess. So she's also got this appearance. She's able to melt all ice in sight. That's kind of terrifying. So she's the daughter of Procan. That's why I included her. And we might include the rest of Procan's family, but she's sister to Velnius, Telcher, Sotilion, and Wenta. She once loved Karel, but there's a lot of going on here. She's currently linked with Farlan, so I included Farlan in my list. Somewhere on, maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Because of weather, travel and weather seemed like they would be important in a campaign about ships. So I did that. And then we've got a lot of other things that are cool. So Atroa's realm is the Grove of Perpetual Spring, the lair of Brooks in the Beastlands. So if they encounter her, she's going to be kind of surrounded by flowers. Trees are growing. She might be working in an orchard. Animals would kind of listen to her because she's a goddess of spring. The wind would blow eastward, would be a big sign that you're in the presence of Atroa. Is there a way to pronounce it? Does it say? Atroa. 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 I think it's Atroa. So let's see if we can do some Atroa stuff. So Atroa, goddess of the east wind, springtime, and what else was it? Renewal. She, her holy symbol is a red heart with an air glyph inside, as well as the tree, as well as the Ara tree and red fruit. So I think that both of those are cool. And we can, let's see what else we got here. So this is a good image that we can use. So let's see if we can save that image. And let's see. Make a giant folder for this. So we got a Troa holy symbol. And then we can also save this one because I really do like that image. So let's see if it'll let us also save that one. We'll call it holy symbol 2. And then we got to figure out a way how we're going to represent a Troa, because this is a good image, but it's far too artsy. If we're gonna introduce her, we might do a stream where I do ChatGPT kind of things to see if ChatGPT can figure out those kinds of stuff. Yeah, I feel like that this was a good start to a Troa. Let's see if we can pull up this. Real quick. So we got a Troa holy symbol. Did that upload? Yes. I'm going to reposition that. So that's very good. I like that. Sort by name. So now we got a Troa. Who else is there? We got Celestian. Is Celestian on this list? No. Because I didn't think about it. So Celestian is really cool. So we got to think about Celestian. Celestian is... Let's see if we can pull up a tab for him. Here's one. So we got the god of... He's the Far Wanderer, an enigmatic deity from the world of Earth, revered by plane walkers and wild space wanderers. So he was one of the major powers worshipped on the Rock of Brawl. So I don't know what the Rock of Brawl is. Let's look that up. Oh, it's like in space. It's an asteroid. So I think Celestine's kind of cool, but why is he like in the astral plane in space? I don't know if that's the best thing. I like the idea that it's by wizards. Wizards and smart, intelligent people would think about him, right? Less earthly, less elemental. He's more of a space, more of a sci-fi kind of deity. Does he have a description? Portrayed as an older, black-skinned man who traveled the skies, and his dark eyes were full of knowledge. He's tall and dressed in black robes covered in stars. He always wore his holy symbol, which is what? What is his holy symbol? Does it say? Symbol. Arc of 7 stars inside a circle. Let's see if we can find an image for that. Pull this over here. So we have Celestian, holy symbol. Arc of 7 stars. Ooh, I did find a great image for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a very good picture. This looks like it's even on the Forgotten Realms. Is there another image somewhere in here? No. Oh, there, this picture. That's a very good picture for the holy symbol. I also have this one. That looks very cool. It's more like the stars. So, this one's kind of cool, but I think this one's even simpler, even cooler to represent Celestian. So, he does all kinds of stuff. But stars and travelers of, like, what does it say? Stars and wanderers. So that's a good way to use the god of stars and wanderers. If I could spell, that'd be really cool. Often worshipped by wizards who study astronomy. So I think that's very cool. And we can take this image, if it'll let me. and save image to here. Hopefully it'll let me do that. And we can use this here for Celestian. Very cool. What else do we got? So we have Shantea, agriculture, and she shows up in the what's it called? Candlekeep Mysteries. Let's pull up Shantea. Shantea is the Faerunian goddess of life and bounty. Is it pronounced yeah, Shantea. So, you view herself as it's the Earth Mother, so it's like Mother Earth kind of. We're looking for like relationships with her, because maybe she's related. So she had strong relationships. Sylvanus. So if you don't know, Sylvanus is the Celtic god of wild nature, and he's also in here, I believe. If I included him. Yeah. So that's what's important there. We have Malar and Bane. Do I have Malar? I believe so. Yep, Malar is of the Hunt. We don't have Bane, but we don't need to. So several relationships going on here. So Shantea. What's her symbol? A sheaf of grain or blooming rose. So let's see if we can find a good image. So I guess there's one on this page. This symbol here. Ooh, I like both of these, but I think I prefer the regular rose. I don't know what this flower is, but I prefer the regular rose. And we'll use that one. Let's save that. And bring it on over here. And we don't have Shantea, which is fine. She's the goddess of earth. What else did I say? Agriculture. And agriculture. Very cool. And we'll flesh these out later, because what I want to do is form a hierarchy eventually. So I'll take this holy symbol and throw it in there. Very cool. Who's next? We got Coralon, the elfin god. Hold on 1 second. I will be right back. We grab a little snack. But this lady, who's next? Coralon. Coralon's not a lady. Coralon's a dude. I think. Yep. Here's Coralon. So he's more of a demigod, because he kind of lives on Earth. That ascended, because he's got like legends about him. So all things Elven. He was once a warrior and a poet, a mage and a bard. Right? This is your classic. Oh, he's done it all. Um, in his love of Arachne, he settled into the aspect of a gold elf warrior, a counterpart to her female. He's an androgynous guy, and he possessed the beauty. He's 7 feet tall. He's very fast, reflexing. So what is his? So he wandered. He was part of the thing. So what is he the god of? The moon, a little bit. Um, life, light, but really, he's the god of the elves. So, and the moon's important too. So for this campaign, Elven hero god of the moon and elves. And he's got a holy symbol, which, according to this, is a quarter moon or a starburst. I like the quarter moon way better than the starburst. So he's got a lot of history about him. I like this one. Let's see if we can use that image. Or if there's a simple quarter moon. Oh, I like this picture. I'll show you in a second. This is what I found. Very cool, very simple. I like the simpleness. And who's next? Cyric. So I don't know much about Cyric. What is his deal? He's an interesting one. Prince of Lies. Okay. So we got an evil one. Chaotic evil. Trickery. Where is he from? Oh yeah, he's more of a fey god. Lies, trickery, and strife. If I can destroy the love of gods, then I can certainly fill the lives of Faerun mortals with strife and discord. So he used to be mortal, and then he became a god. Very interesting. Personality. Who he considers himself more than a god because he thinks people are alone in life. Ooh, that's a very cool thing he's got. I like this. The unholy symbol of Cyric. Wow. Very cool. Oh, we don't have a place to put it. Hold on. So Cyric is the um, mortal man that became a god in spite of the gods. He hates god worship and considers all of us truly alone. Which is, you know, I don't, I don't totally disagree with his motives, right? It's like, so he represents lies, trickery, and what was the other thing? Strife. So does he have worshippers then? Church. Spread strife and work murder everywhere in order to make people believe that in the dark sun. So everything, friendship, family, and love were nothing but ties that always withered away. Wow, that's really dark, but it is really cool. So if someone worships Cyric, they're kind of doing so in secret, and they're like, "Don't mess with me because I don't trust you, and our relationship's going to end anyways. So what's in it for me?" kind of thing. That kind of works. It kind of works in a D&D setting. Who's next? Denair. Art cartography. Images, knowledges, literature, scholars. He's under a different god. So this is Denair. We can get rid of these because we're done with them. Denair was part of Ogma, the neutral greater god of inspiration, invention, and knowledge. Is Denair mentioned here? Yeah. So Denair and Gond fall under Ogma. Is Ogma in my list? He is. So that's important. So Denair and Gond follow under that. And I believe Gond is in my list as well. But cartography is important for it. So I'll bring up Denair, god of writing and cartography. And then I imagine his symbol to be like a quill. So let's see what it says. His symbol is lit candle above an open eye. That kind of works. What is he described as? An old balding sage. He's holding a quill and parchment. So let's look at a holy symbol for him. Because it should be the candle and the eye. Is there one down here? That's kind of good. I like the actual image version. Very fancy, and let's drag it on over here. We have to sort these eventually into a hierarchy, because some of these don't really interact with each other and some do. So Eadro is next. Let's look at Eadro. Eadro is kind of unique because he is an ocean deity. So purely ocean deity, creator of the Lokatha and the merfolk. So we're going to include Eadro, god of creation, to the Lokatha and the merfolk. So he's in the ocean deity category. The Asalfafinair pantheon. We should pull this up because multi-species pantheon worshipped by the aquatic great. Well, Eadro is the only one on this list. So what we can do is kind of just make it all Eadro. Make him kind of solely merfolk. So let's also make him god of, because I don't want to include all of the other deities, like this Asathalfineri. I don't even know how to say that. So we got sea elves, merfolk, tritons, Shalaran, dolphins, selkies. Well, we can kind of include these. Let's make sure to include this when we are considering the aquatic pantheon. So we'll put this here for now. So but Eadro is part of that. What else is Eadro? Eadro, holy symbol. I also found Eadro is part of Greyhawk, so this might be different. So this still says he's part of this deity list, the merfolk ocean deity. So he's not just, like make them worship. I don't know if I want to make them worship something completely different. We'll see. We'll see if we do that. We might have to cut some people as we go. What's this? Does he have a holy symbol here? Not really. Symbol is a spiral. That's kind of generic. Let's see if we can find something. Eadro, holy symbol. Let's see. Okay, so we found one that I think is good. It's a seashell spiral. We gotta be careful because spirals are often the holy symbols for everything. So like, let's make it a spiral. But this one at least is the seashell and the spiral can exist together. What's next? We got Elona. So bold means they're in the text for Ghost of Saltmarsh. So Elona is in the text. Let's look at what Elona looks like. Looks like we found a Greyhawk thing going on. Alona is depicted as an elven or human woman. She's known to elves as Elenestra. So that's important to note. So we can say Elona and then Alona or Elenestra as the elves call her. Is the goddess of the forest, woodlands, flora, fauna, and fertility. Very cool. She's unicorns. Unicorn horn. Do they have a symbol? Ooh, we do. Let's see if we can find a better one, because I'm not a big fan of that one. Let's be real. So the best thing I could find is just a unicorn. But I can find a better one than that. So we're gonna have to organize these pantheons eventually. And then we'll come back to the ones that are there. So Aerith Null, story beat time. Let's look at Aerith Null. This one's very interesting. Aerith Null is the Iridian god of... Where is he in the text? Did we get rid of that? Aerith Null is in the House of Procan. So he was secretly worshipped. And there's a shrine to him, skeletal remains. So let's include some Aerith Null in here. Who is Aerith Null worshipped by? He's the god of hate, envy, malice. Oh. Uh-oh. Hate, envy, malice, panic, ugliness, and slaughter. So let's do that. His symbol is a red blood drop. Do I have a symbol here? Oh. So let's find one. Ooh, they don't have a good one. What did they say? Or a bestial mask representing his changing visage. They've got the bestial mask. And he's known as the Many. So he's got goblinoid faces. And the best image I can find is like a shifting mask image. I'll show you. Because it's good. It's a good one. This is what I found. And it's to represent his shifting skull from one form to another. So that's kind of cool. It's a unique one. There. Let's flip far along. It'll let me. Here he is. So far along is horizon, distance, travel, and roads. I don't like the roads so much as I like crossroads, mysterious oases. You know, those kinds of things we can include. So let's look at far long symbol. See if we can find. Oh, he's got a kind of a cool one. It's like a moon. Here's what I found: the moon over the horizon. Adventurers, merchants, people who see the whole world. That's kind of really cool. Is this kind of like, oh, we travel the horizon kind of thing. Um, let's see if I can find a good image, because that's a good amulet. Um, here's one. How do you spell this guy's name? How do you pronounce it? It doesn't even say. We don't know. No one knows. So, Faharlanghn. God of travel, the horizon, and great distances. Often worshipped by adventurers, merchants, and hermits. And let's pull up our or let's say nomads instead of hermits. I like that symbol. What else we got? Garl Glitter Gold. So I included this because of gnomes. Because the gnomes need a deity. And there's some cross with Garl Glitter Gold. Let's see if I can pull up Garl Glitter Gold. He's kind of a cool guy. So here's him. The Watchful Protector. Luck, protection, and trickery. So what else is there? He's big on animals. Domain of trickery here. So allied with Corlon Larethian. Moradin Yondala. He also is worshipped by creatures of the Underdark. So it's kind of wit, and people like that. Does he have a symbol? A gold nugget. Oh, that's cool. Let's see if I can pull up Garl Glitter Gold symbol. So they've got these here, obviously, but I think I can do better. That one's interesting. Let's see. Some of these are photoshopped poorly. Here's what I found. It looks like this, but more artistic, I think. So let's pull up Garl Glitter Gold. And pull this over. Very cool. So let's Garl Glitter Gold is the god. Of gnomes, luck, protection, and trickery. So that's kind of taken from, you know, regular world. What else we got? We got Garl, we got Gond. I like Gond because he's related to other things. So Gond, god of craft. Let's pull up more about Gond. Gond is Lord of Smiths, Craft. He has 6 secret names in Smithery. His symbol is a toothed cog. So let's see if we can Gond holy symbol images. I like this one. Who's after Gond? We got Grumsh. Grumsh is pretty straightforward. Alright. If we're gonna be Grumsh, Grumsh is god of orcs. Right? It's pretty straightforward. He who never sleeps, said to never tire. Grumsh created the orcs and guided their destiny. He is a single eye. His symbol is a triangular eye with bony protrusions. Let's see if they've got a good image down here. They've got to, right? What is that? Realms cosmology. Very, very cool. And the gods fight over many things, right? Fight over all. There is the symbol of Grumsh during the spell plague, which we might include in our game. So, Grumsh. Not much to say other than Grumsh is the god of orcs. And let's find his symbol. I like the triangular eye. It really is very cool. What do we got under Grumsh? Hieronius. I don't know why I included Hieronius, honestly. Hieronius is an arch paladin, god of courage, glory, and war. Let's see if we can find more of him. Greyhawk. Let's see if they've got more information. Because it seems very... Maybe I just needed a war god. Here we go. Hieronius, god of chivalry, justice, honor, war, daring, and valor. His symbol is the silver lightning bolt. Auburn hair. So it's important to have, it's the daring part of it that I enjoy. So chivalry, justice, honor. Hieronius, god of chivalry, honor, and we'll just copy the rest. Justice, honor. And let's find his holy symbol. He's a very cool god. but he kind of exists outside of the main story, which is fine. And then we got Hextor, which is more Evil War, I think. So let's see what Hextor says. Hextor is the archfoe of Hyronius, so they go together. Hextor, god of the ugliness of war, military strategy, and slaughter. I don't know if I want to say slaughter. And oppression, I think, is the best way to put it. What does it say his symbol is? Fist holding 6 red arrows. Hextor symbol. Let's see if we can find a good one. Oh, they do have one. So these are probably one of the common deities is Hextor, you know? Like, not really much more than that. We got Hextor. Then we got Ius. Ius is very important. So let's bring up Ius. He's got a lot of lore. Let's see if we can pull it up. So we got Ius here. He's a half fiend or Cambion demigod. And he's real. He still lives on Earth. In Greyhawk, he has a country, like a region. He's been imprisoned by Vecna. He's got a lot of history going on here. He's considered a demigod. So he's a demigod of evil and dread. A Cambion demigod. So that's what we'll call it. The Cambion demigod of evil and dread. Who worships him? That's what we need to know. Captain Zendros. Specific. Oh, that's why. So, you know, it's not all bad. Captain Zendros lives in Saltmarsh. Empire of Ius. Let's see if we can find his holy symbol. You know, it says, unlike most Greyhawk deities, his home is on Earth. His symbol is a grinning human skull. Let's see. I actually really like... There's one that's on the Greyhawk wiki that is terrifying, that I'm a big fan of. And it's this one. Look at that. What a freaky little creature. Alright, who's next on our list? Kellenin. No idea. Other than, you know, oh, his symbol is he's a hero deity. Often described as a man with a scar. He's the Prince of Swords. He's a hero god. Bearing a silvery scar on the right side of his face. His true form is slender. Kellenin is always accompanied by his intelligent swords. So why is he... Okay. What's his big deal? So he's more of a hero god than anything. Well, let's include him. Helen, the hero god. Um, and what's his story? Who fought Ayu's? Okay, so that's why he's important. Helenin, holy symbol. Oh, what is... Why is it saying his holy symbol's a trident? I don't feel like his holy symbol would be the swords thing. That's what it describes. Does it say you got 9 swords in a star shape? And that's the best image I can find right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not even 9 swords. We need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the 9th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Maybe we can include some, people who worship Kalanin. Just, who are around. Kalushadoop. Kalushadoop only exists. I should not have included it here because it only exists in Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Let's see if we can pull it up. So Kalushadoop is, it doesn't even say. We'll pull it up in here. Kalushadoop. Kalushadoop is a stone clam in the reef, who is worshipped by the Kuatoa. If you know anything about Kuatoa lore, let me pull up Kuatoa. The Kuatoa are these ugly fish people, all right? Look at them. They're freaks. And they're men fish, and they, unlike the Lokatha. So let's see if they're mentioned in here. They probably are. Yeah, the Lokatha. Completely different. These are like nice, very friendly fish people. They're like, come in and have a cup of tea. We're the Lokatha. These are like, we hate everything and we don't know what you're up to. We exist. So their main deity is Blibdlepoop. Right? This is their main guy. Various depictions of him. Patron goddess, reality denying deity, because the Kuatoa they have this ability where they can create gods simply by believing in them, I believe, is their thing. Kuatoas, so where's the quote? They invent their own gods. So they worship gods that didn't exist until they believed hard enough, and they do. So we're going to include Blibdlepoop, because I think that'll be cool. And we're also going to include Kalupadoop, because why wouldn't we? And I've got to use the restroom, so I'm going to